Most of the APU controls and indicators are located on the APU panel. The only control that specifically operates the APU is the APU switch. This switch arms several indicator lights and turns the APU on and off.
Operation of the APU is monitored by 3 indicator lights. These are the low oil pressure light, the fault light, and the overspeed light.
The low oil pressure light indicates the oil pressure in the APU is low. This light is armed when the APU switch is in the start or on position. The low oil pressure light normally comes on when the APU turbine speed is low. This occurs whenever the APU is first started. If a low oil pressure condition continues to exist when the APU turbine reaches full operating speed, an automatic shutdown occurs. When this happens, the APU annunciator and master caution lights on the system annunciator panel on the glare shield come on. The fault light illuminates to identify an APU auto shutdown. If it is the only light illuminated, an additional start may be attempted. When the APU is operating, high oil temperature causes an auto shutdown of the APU. When a shutdown occurs, the APU annunciator and master caution lights on the glare shield come on. The overspeed light is armed all the time, regardless of the APU switch position. This light comes on in 3 situations. It comes on if the APU turbine RPM limit is exceeded. This condition causes an automatic shutdown of the APU and illuminates the APU annunciator and master caution light. The overspeed light remains on until a mechanical reset is done on the ground. The overspeed light also comes on if an APU start is aborted before the turbine reaches normal operating speed. Now touch the APU switch to abort the APU start. In this situation, the APU can be restarted. The overspeed light also comes on if the overspeed protection circuit has malfunctioned. Each time the APU is turned off, it automatically performs a self-test of the overspeed protection circuit. A test failure signals the overspeed light to come on, even though the APU is not running.
To summarize, the APU has 3 indicator lights. The low oil pressure and fault lights are armed when the APU switch is in the start or on position. The overspeed light is armed all the time, regardless of the APU switch position. In addition, if any of the 3 lights indicate a malfunction, the APU will automatically shut down. The APU EGT indicator on the APU panel monitors the APU engine exhaust gas temperature. This indicator does not require electrical power. The APU will automatically shut down if the EGT exceeds preset limits. The fault light, master caution, and APU master caution annunciation lights come on when the APU automatically shuts down due to excessive EGT. The AC amperes meter on the APU panel indicates the load on the APU generator. The load should not be allowed to exceed 125 amperes in flight and 150 amperes on the ground.